Real reasons behind the decades-long bloodshed on the land of Palestine? Was the United States truly just an observer, or did it deliberately shape this conflict? What are the Palestinians striving to achieve? And what does the future look like for them? The roots of the ongoing conflict in Palestine stretch back over a century. And it is not merely a battle over land or borders, it is a complex web of history, power, and global interests. In 1917, the Balfour Declaration first planted the seed for the establishment of a Jewish homeland in Palestine. British oversight, European immigration, and global politics created the environment that led to the United Nations Partition Plan in 1947, establishing the framework for fundamental disputes between Israel and Palestine. In 1948, with the declaration of Israel's independence, millions of Palestinians were displaced, marking the first deep wound that reshaped the entire region. For Palestinians, this was not just the loss of land, but an attack on their identity, lives, and very existence. The United States immediately recognized Israel, signaling its position in global politics and foreshadowing the decisive role it would play in this conflict. America's strong alignment with Israel was now set. The Six-Day War of 1967 further expanded Israeli territory, including Gaza, the West Bank, Sinai, and the Golan Heights. Palestinian living conditions deteriorated even more. The United States established itself as Israel's closest ally, aiming to contain Soviet influence and maintain control over oil routes and trade pathways. During the Yom Kippur War in 1973, Arab nations launched a sudden attack on Israel, and U.S. military aid decisively supported Israel, signaling that America's role in the conflict would always be pivotal. In 1987, Palestinians took to the streets for the First Intifada, a resistance that was not just military, but a fight for identity and voice. Stones, protests, and demonstrations became symbols of their struggle. The world watched through media coverage, yet political decisions on the ground remained unchanged. The Oslo Accords of 1993 offered a glimmer of hope, but implementation faced immediate obstacles and threats, undermining their promise. After 9/11 in 2001, global politics shifted dramatically. The war on terror changed the priorities of the region, and the Palestinian issue was now viewed through a new security lens. The United States provided Israel with military aid, advanced technology, and weapons, while blockades on Gaza and tighter control in the West Bank limited opportunities for Palestinians and heightened their challenges. The conflicts in Gaza in 2008, 2012, 2014, and 2021 affected millions of lives. Each confrontation left destruction, infrastructural collapse, and humanitarian crises in its wake. The U.S. frequently supported Israel under the narrative of Israel's right to self-defense, leaving Palestinians with limited alternatives. Temporary peace agreements failed to address the deeper issues, and each war left lasting emotional and political scars. In 2017, the Trump administration recognized Jerusalem as Israel's capital, sending shockwaves through international politics. For Palestinians, this was an attack on dignity and sovereignty, sparking protests across the Arab world and raising questions about America's neutrality. This move complicated the prospects for peace and the Palestinian future even further. Today, the situation remains as tense as ever, but the scale and intensity have evolved. Gaza faces a deteriorating humanitarian crisis, settlements continue to expand in the West Bank, and the two-state solution appears increasingly unrealistic. Daily clashes continue in Israeli and Palestinian territories, perpetuating fear, loss, and instability. The U.S. continues to back Israel in international forums, leaving Palestinians politically isolated, while the conflict has become a focal point of the clash between global power interests and human rights. Palestinian blood has flowed for decades because history, power, and global interests have created a tangled web of oppression and struggle. America stands with Israel because of strategic, geopolitical, and economic interests. Palestinians are fighting not only over borders, but over hearts, minds, and dignity. This is not merely a territorial conflict. It is a living example of the collision between human rights, justice, and global politics. This history is far from a concluded story. It is a living narrative where every chapter raises new questions about humanity. You watch, you listen, and you reflect. But real change will come only when global decisions favor humanity, not just interests.